Hey the guys, Meadows Boys 5 here again. Today we're going to be modifying some airgun sights today. Now, I'm not sure if these types of sights are replaceable. Airguns sometimes don't have replaceable sights, sometimes they do, but hopefully this is a cheap way how to do it. So what I have here is some PTEX. It's just like a plastic sort of rod that you melt onto your bottom of your skis for skiing on snow. But actually what I did was I put it on there to make it level, to make the gap a lot more smaller, and just overall I can customize it how thick and thin I want it. And then up here, these sights are just gimangous, like they're just way too thick. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use that fiber optic, and I'm going to cut just this post right here. This is typically, sometimes you'll have your typical ones that are going up and down like a slant, but I'm just going to cut this area out. Just because I'll show you how to make this smaller. Now what you can do is you can file the edge of the plastic thinner, that way you can kind of have a thinner area, but I was like, that takes forever, so I'm just going to cut this one area and cut it down like that. Now what gun is this? This is just a Hunter, let's see here, Ruger Targus Hunter Max 22 cal, if you're wondering, but it should probably work for any iron sights for air guns. Now let's get on to the video. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a hacksaw, I'm going to cut all the way to the end of this, right about here where this one post is, and I'm going to keep this fiber optic sight in there. I'm going to actually use the Gorilla super glue here, and let's get on with it. Alright, so I cut under it, and I'm just going to clip just the end of this with a tiny little wire cutters here. Take the pieces off, if you have those or not. I'm just going to make sure that this sticks out. Let's see here. Sticks out just where it should on the end here. And then I'll super glue that in there. It's kind of a tedious process. I'll try to get you to see it. Alright, I might as well show you this before we go any further with this. I'm filing down this area, and then you can kind of see that little hole. I don't know if you can see or not, but there's like this hole in the end where the fiber optic goes in there. I just want to kind of thin, kind of bring this up here, make it a little bit thinner. That way it's a lot more precise of a sight, and I can reach really long distances. Okay, so basically I filed it down really thin. Now I put the epoxy on the tip there. I didn't cut it yet because I think I might just do that after. So I'm just going to let it sit there, let it dry until I cut it after with the snips there, and we'll see about working on the back sight. Alright, so I guess I did cut it. We'll work on the back sight now. Alright, so this is the PTEX on the back sight here, and I'm just scraping the back sight there. The tricky part is finding where it originally was right there. Looks like right there. I'm just going to press down. Well, we'll see about pressing down. It'll be kind of tedious, slow and tedious, and I'll kind of show you when I'm kind of done with it. It's just kind of self-explanatory, making a very, very small line. That way you can kind of see your front sight, and then you can work from there. You can kind of see I'm almost done with it. Well, not quite. Let's see here. I'm gonna actually look down the sight. Yeah, that's actually looking already starting to look pretty good. Let's say we're aiming at that can. It's kind of blurry. Sorry, but you can kind of see how skinny the sights are now that I modified it. It's a lot better. It keeps on being blurry on me. But I tell you this much, you can see right there is where your sights are nice and skinny. You can kind of get the idea now. Alright guys, so we're pretty much done. We will see you next time on Meadows Boys 5.